Welcome back to another video, fans of all things awesome. I have a box for us to open up today. This one is from Hot Topic, so you can probably take a pretty good guess as to what type of product is in here. But let's go ahead, take out our handy dandy Batman knife, get this thing open, and see what's inside. I have, of course, already taken the shipping label off. This stuff out of the way, and let's see what's inside. We have pop number 1, which has a label on it, so I won't spoil who's in that one. Pop number 2, and this one, which isn't packaged as well for whatever reason, but still in bubble wrap, which I think is okay. It looks to be intact. What you guys can see here is Red Wing Robin. Let's go ahead and take this guy out first, since you guys can already see what he is. You know, I'll give them credit. It may not be in a fancy box like those other ones, but this is packaged pretty well.
A few moments later.
Look at that. That looks awesome. Hot Topic exclusive Red Wing Robin. We'll take him out of the box in a little bit here so you guys can get a closer view. But we'll do that once we've gotten all 3 of these out. Let's remove our second one here. Actually, I'll hold off on that one. Let's do this one first, and I'll show you why in a second. This is another DC related one, so I think it makes sense to do these two together. We have the Amazonia Wonder Woman. Amazonia was a storyline in the Elseworlds series, so it's not canon DC, but they still do really great stories featuring the DC characters. Stories like Kingdom Come, stories like The Dark Knight Returns, and Amazonia was one that featured Wonder Woman. So we'll take that out in a little bit as well. See, it just features her on the back. She's not part of any specific line. Alright, now our third one is not DC related. And it's actually my first pop from this series. And I may or may not get more from this series, but I love this character. This is Deku from My Hero Academia. He's just a really cool character, Hot Topic exclusive. This version of him, I think, is fairly new. They had the battle damaged one that was released earlier, where he has kind of half a mask, which actually looks really cool. And he has that one in his training uniform as well. But this is a pretty cool, just like standard, definitive version of Deku. But let's go ahead and get some of these out of the boxes and take a closer look at them. Alright, so let's start things off with Red Wing Robin here, aka Tim Drake, the third guy in the DC comics to call himself Robin. This is when he's a little bit older. I believe working with the Teen Titans. He went by the name Red Robin. I'm not sure when the change to Red Wing Robin came. I don't know if that's what he's just called in the current continuity with the DC Rebirth. But the name seems fitting, especially since his cape looks a lot more like wings. Almost kind of like Falcon-ish from the Avengers. But very cool, very detailed design. I thought just for kicks it might be cool to compare him to the original Robin that Funko put out when they were just releasing DC characters under the Pop Heroes line. And just to give you an idea of like how long or how much time is between these two figures, this Robin is Pop Heroes number 2. Batman was number 1, Robin is number 2. This version of Red Robin here is number 274 in the Pop Heroes line. So it's kind of a cool kind of evolution. I know it's technically not the same character. I think this is actually supposed to be Dick Grayson. But, I mean, essentially they're both Robins, and you can see just the difference in their molds, how far Pop figures have come. In the original Robin, everything's a lot more rounded, a lot less defined. There's not quite as much detail. On this newer version, you can see all the detail on his belt, on his chest piece, the fact that he's holding a weapon, that he's in a different pose. This Robin is kind of in the stock standard pose that almost every single Pop had. They were all kind of this standard pose back then. I believe it was originally just DC and Star Wars at the time. But it's just kind of cool to see how far Pop figures have come. Alright, we'll stand him up back there for now. Number 2 here is our Amazonia Wonder Woman. She looks really cool. She has a stand because she does have a thinner frame. I already tried. She actually does not stand up without the stand. I think it's because her hair is a little back heavy here. But very cool design. It's a very different Wonder Woman than our Justice League one back there. But very cool. I appreciate the small details on her wrists there. She still has her little arm bracers there, her little gauntlets. And finally, we have Deku, who is really cool. I love the texture of his hair up here, just how spiky it is, accurate to his portrayal in the anime. I don't watch a lot of anime, admittedly, but I am a Dragon Ball Z fan, as you can tell in the back. And I think one of the reasons for that is not to disparage anything, from Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or any of those classic animes that a lot of people are fans of, but usually the main character in those shows is kind of like a lovable idiot, if I can use such a phrase. Deku is not. He's just kind of a cool, very self-disciplined, serious when he needs to be, funny when he wants to be, kind of character. He's a lot more relatable, I feel like, than a lot of main protagonists in most animes, especially for a kid his age. I just think he's a really cool character. If you guys haven't checked out My Hero Academia yet, I highly recommend it. I really like this detail of his mask being on his back here, kind of folded down like a hood, and the front of his mask is actually right here around his neck. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know actually that this was going to be here, just looking at the front of the Pop while it was in the box. Well, there it is, guys. If you ever wanted to see what it looked like to have Deku hanging out with a couple heroes from the DC universe, there you go. Thanks again for watching this video. Leave a comment below if you know when Red Robin started going by the name Red Wing Robin. I'd like to know that. Like the video if you enjoyed taking a look at these Pops with me. Let me know if these are some figures that you'd like to add to your collection. These 3 are all from Hot Topic. As of this recording, Monday, April 29th, I believe, all 3 of these figures were still available on their website. Do me a favor and subscribe if you're into this kind of thing. You can also follow me on Instagram. Actually, I've been posting to Instagram pretty regularly as well, at BatRangerD. Same title as this YouTube channel. But like the video, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know where the name Red Wing Robin came from. And let me know if you've had luck with Hot Topics exclusives, if you enjoy these figures, if there are any more that you're looking to add to your collection. I'd love to have some conversations with you guys in that comment section below. Until then, remember to keep it real. Robin, what do you have on your hand? Why?